welcome back to my videos, guys. So today I'm making a colorful video. So guys, wondering what I'm talking about? Well guys, I previously made a video on a style attribute and I mentioned a little bit about color. So guys, in today's video I'm going to be focusing more on color and helping you guys make a colorful web page. So let's head on. So let's start off by opening Notepad, or you can open up TextEdit if you're on Mac. So Notepad, and so let's click on this. So let's not write anything inside this Notepad. Let's just do File and then Save As, and then so let's save this as color.html. Make sure to write .html, and now just press and then I'm gonna actually save it into this file where it says HTML tutorials. So on desktop, and then HTML tutorials, and then you save it here. That's where I want to save it. And so we can either close this or keep it open because it's now saved here. As you guys can see, colors right here. So we can right click and open with Notepad. And so of course the first thing we need to do is declare the document type, which is HTML. So we write this, and then we write exclamation mark, and then we write doc type. We write doc type, and then we just write HTML. There you go. Now let's create the HTML element. So start tag for HTML element, and then the end tag. Of course, you have to put a / if you're creating an end tag. So there you go. And so now inside this element, we're gonna create the body element. So now we write body. That's the start tag, and now let's write the end tag. Okay, guys. So now let's just create a heading inside here. So we can just write h. So we have to create the start tag h1. There you go. And we can just write what. We can just write what colorful day. And end tag we write /. There you go. So now let's create our paragraph. So we write p. That's the start tag. Now let's just write I am going to help you make your web page look colorful. And now let's do the end tag. There you go. So guys, here we're not doing anything with color, but let's just run this plain for now. So let's do File, Save, and so now let's open up the folder where we saved it, and we right click it and open with your browser. So I'm just going to use Microsoft Edge. So let's click on that. And as you guys can see, it says, what a colorful day. I'm going to help you make your web page look colorful, which here's the paragraph. That's the heading right here. But right now, it's not really colorful. I didn't add any color to it. So, let's just add color to this. So let's go back. We can actually keep this open for now, this tab, and let's go back here, and let's go back to the page. So let's start with the simplest example of color, which is background color. So we're gonna do first of all, let's actually do we could actually do the background color for the whole page, and we could put that in the body element. And also to show color, we're using an attribute called style. So of course an attribute goes in the start tag. So the body, here's the start tag, and so let's just change the background here, and if you put it inside the body start tag, then it will change the background for the whole page. So let's go here. So we write style equals, and then we write the double quotes here. And inside the double quotes, we just write so we write background, then dash color, and then we write colon, and then here we put the color. So let's say I want to do tomato. And of course we put a semicolon here. And so I already have my end double quotes right here. And so now let's save this. So File, and then Save. And so you guys know how to open it, but if you guys actually still have the page open, you can just refresh the page, and as you guys can see, the whole page changed to a nice reddish tomato color. So guys, now let's just go back, and actually let's just take away the background color for the whole page. Let's say we don't want the background color for the whole page. We only want it for the heading and paragraph. So now let's do it for the heading and paragraph. So of course, remember in the start tag, you write the style attribute. Then you're going to write background, and then dash color, colon, and then so we're just going to write violet, because that's the color I want to do. And let's end the double quotes right here. And so we can actually just copy this for the paragraph. And okay, let's copy this. So you can right click and then copy, or do Control C, and then right click and then paste, or do Control V. And of course it's inside the start tag. And so now instead of violet, let's actually do Dodger blue. So Dodger, we write D-O-G-E. There you go. And then we write blue, no space. So this is how it is. So for the heading, we have the color background color violet, and for the paragraph we have Dodger blue as our background color. So now let's save this file, save, or Control S. Now let's go back and refresh the page. And as you guys can see, so for our heading, the background color is violet, and for our paragraph, the background color is a type of blue. So guys, if you also want, you could just like change, you could also have the background color for the whole page with these background colors for the heading and paragraph if you guys want, and you could do like a lighter color. You could do like a light color instead of a dark color. And so make sure you guys keep it in the start tag of body if you guys want to do it for the whole page. So guys, now let's move on to the second example, which is text color. So let's actually go back. And so now here it says background color. We can just change it to color. So we can take away background and dash, just keep it on color, and take away for both of them. So background dash and then color. And so now for the first one, let's do tomato. Okay, so T-O-M-A-T-O, tomato. And so now for the paragraph, let's do a medium-ish, like a medium sea green is what it's called. So medium, medium, and then so M is capital, then C, S is capital, and they're all one word, and then green, G is capital, so green. And so now let's file save, let's go back. And let's refresh the page, and as you guys can see now, the heading is tomato color, and now the paragraph is like a type of green color. So guys, here I just took away the background colors and changed the colors, like change them to change the color of the text color. So you just write the word color, and you guys can also go online to search up different types of colors. So you guys can just search up HTML color list and something like that, and you will just find some kind of colors which you can do unique colors to change the color of text or background. So there you can find like a whole list of colors, and you guys can play around with different types of colors, changing the colors for text in the background. So guys, now let's move on to the third example, border color, which looks pretty cool. So guys, let me show you guys this. So for border color, we just write so instead of color, we just write border. And so let's also change it to border here. And so now also we have to give like the thickness of the border. So for the heading, let's do 2, and then px stands for pixels. And so now of course space, and then we put the color, let's write crimson. And of course before you write the color, we have to write solid, and then there you go, and then you write space and then crimson. And so now here border, let's do here for paragraph, we do 5 pixels, 5px, space solid, solid. And so instead of a medium sea green, let's do something like green yellow. And so now let's save this. So file save, and let's go back. And let's refresh the page, and as you guys can see, so here it says what a colorful day. You guys can see that the border color is crimson, and it's a little bit, it's not that thick, so you can see a little bit. And so on the paragraph, you guys can see it's a yellowish green, and it's way thicker than the one on heading because we gave it 5 pixels instead of 2. So guys, these were some examples of how changing the background color, the text color, and changing the border color and its size. So guys, now here, instead of defining colors in a word form like I showed green, yellow, or crimson right here, you can also define colors in a value form, which are called color values. For example, there's RGB, hex, HSL, and etc. Today, I'm going to be focusing on RGB values, hex values, and HSL values. So let's start off with the first one, RGB values. So guys, as the name suggests, RGB stands for red, green, blue, and let me show you guys the syntax. So guys, up here, I'm actually going to comment it out. So you guys, what comment out means is that it won't actually come up on the real web page, but it's just for the person who's actually creating the web page. It's for their information. So I'm just going to create a comment out here. So let's just do, we write dash dash. And so now for a comment, I'm just going to show you guys like the format, the way it's written. So let's write format, and then like this is how the format looks like. We write RGB, and then we write the brackets. And so now here goes red, comma, and then the value of green. And then here goes the value of blue, and then of course the end bracket. So guys, now let's also end the comment, dash dash, and then end. So guys, what this is that there's 3 parameters, red, green, and blue, and we will be passing values in each of these parameters to show the intensity of each color. So guys, let me show you guys what values you can pass for these 3 parameters. So let's copy this, put it in a new line. Into the format, let's just write values. So let's write values in RGB. So for red, we can do it goes only up to 0 to 255. You can do, so 0 to 255 are the amount of values you can do. Same for green, 0 to 255. And also, you guys guessed it, same for blue, 0 to 255. Because that's the amount of values you can go from 0 to anywhere between till 255. So I'll just delete red, because you guys know this is red, and you guys know that here is green, and you guys know that here is also blue. So guys, now let me show you guys some examples. So here, what a colorful day. Let's actually change this back to background color. So we write background dash color. So guys, now let's also take away 2px and then solid. There you go. So guys, here you guys can see this is the word form of a color, which is crimson. So instead of using the word form, which is crimson, we can use RGB values to do colors instead of using a word like crimson or red or blue. So here we can write RGB. And then, of course, like I showed you guys, you write the brackets. Then let's say I just want it all fully red. So you guys can do the intensity of red here, 255, which is maximum intensity. So it's going to be all the way red. And then so now for green, you guys can do 0 because you don't want any green. So you guys do 0. Then for blue, you guys don't want any blue since you want the color to be red. So you guys put 0 for blue, and of course end the brackets. Okay, so we have to add a semicolon. And so now let's actually copy this. Same for we can copy this same for the paragraph. So let's paste this here. And so now I don't want red for the paragraph. So instead of red for the paragraph, we can actually do I want to do blue. So we can do blue for the paragraph. Let's do 255 at blue. And if I don't want any red or blue, then you guys can put 0 there. So whichever color you want, you put a number there, and you can also mix up colors and mix up numbers. You can be a little bit of you can put a little bit of intensity in red, a little bit of blue, so that makes like purplish color. And if you don't want any of that color, you can just put a 0 there. So guys, now let's run it to show you guys. File, save, and let's go back and refresh the page. As you guys can see, this is a very dark red since we used full red here. So it says, what a colorful day. The background color is red, and it's a very dark blue since we used a full blue, no red or green. So it says, I'm going to help you guys make a web page look colorful, which is the paragraph, and the background color is a deep blue. So guys, let's try doing something. Let's actually go back. For blue, for paragraph, let's actually do full all 3 zeros. So now for the heading, let's actually put like 170 here. For green, let's actually just put like maybe 100. And for blue, let's actually keep it 0 here. So now let's do file and save, and let's see what color we get for heading in the paragraph. So let's go back, refresh the page. And so for the paragraph, we actually got a black since we put no colors. That means we just got a black. And for the heading, we actually got a brownish. So if we added this amount of red and this amount of green, we got a brown. So guys, actually when you guys put 0, 0, 0 for all three of the colors, you get a full black. And so now let's try out all 255, 255, and 255, and you guys can actually probably guess what is going to happen. And for the red, I don't really like the brownish color, so let's just put like a 20 here for the red, and let's just save this and run it, guys. So let's refresh the page, and as you guys can see, it's a little bit of a dark green. It says what a colorful day, background color is dark. And as you guys can see, for the paragraph, you don't really see a background color, but that's because it is white. And if you put all 255 for all the three places, then you get a whitish. So that's why you can't see it, since the background color is also by default white for the whole page. And so that's why if you do 255, 255, 255, you get white. So guys, you guys can just like mix around and play with the colors, just like when you play with paint. You guys can do different intensities and try to make different colors. And of course, if you want white, you can do all 255. And if of course black is the opposite of that, so you guys can do all zeros for that. So guys, this was the RGB color values. So guys, now let's move on to the second example of color values, which is hex. So guys, what hex stands for, it stands for hexadecimal. And just like you guys use RGB to get different values, you guys can use the hexadecimal. You guys can use hexadecimal values. So guys, let me show you guys the format. So instead of RGB, let's actually change this to hex. So we'll just write hex, and then this is how you write hex. So you write hashtag, which you guys can do by holding Shift 3. And you guys, so here comes RR, and then here comes GG, and then here comes BB. And so now instead of these values here, we can do hex values range from 00 all the way to FF. So guys, I actually prepared a chart for you guys to understand this a little bit more. So here is the chart. So guys, it starts off from 00 to 09, and then you move on to 0A to 0F. Then you guys go all the way back to 10 and then to 19, then 1A to 1F, and you guys can see the pattern, then 20 to 29, then 2A to 2F, all the way to 90 to 99 to 9A to 9F. You guys recognize the pattern. And so now after that, you guys actually, they switch around. So you guys put the letter front, and you put the number on the back. So here you guys can see A0 to A9, then AA to AF, and then it keeps going all the way to F0 to F9, and then FA to FF, which it ends at. So it starts at 00 all the way ends at FF. So you guys can use any of these combinations for RR, GG, and BB. So RR is like the red, GG is the green, and then BB is the blue. So you guys can use any of these combinations for each of those. So guys, let me show you guys one example. So let's go back to here. So let me show you guys how to do it. So let's actually delete the RGB, the whole thing. We don't want to delete the before the colon. So now we would just write the hashtag here, and then we give the value. So let's say I just want a full, let's say like a full green. So let's do 00 for red, since I don't want any red. Then FF for green, since I want all green, fully green. And then 00 for blue, since I don't want any blue. And so now let's go down here, and so instead of RGB, let's do hashtag, and let's see what happens if we put all FF. So we do FF, FF, and then FF. Let's see what happens when we do that. So let's file, save, let's go back and refresh the page, and as you guys can see, this is a full green. And here you guys see in the paragraph, you guys don't see a background color, but why? Well, that's because similarly in RGB, you guys remember 255 for all three of them. It's the same thing with the FF. You're putting all three of them, which makes a white. So FF, FF, FF stands for white, and you guys already probably know this. The opposite of white is black, and you guys can probably guess it. If you guys put all zeros, you guys will get black. So we put 00, 00, 00, 0. And for the background color, let's just put in a random amount. So let's do let's like say I want a purplish color. So we can do let's do FF 00 and then FF, and it'll give us like probably a darkish purple. So So let's save this. Let's go back, and as you guys can see, yeah, it gives us like a violet purplish, and now you guys can see the background color for the paragraph is fully black. Well, that's because hexadecimal values 000000 is similar to the RGB values, which is 000. And we got purple by adding red and blue, because if you add red and blue, you get a purple color. So guys, let me just go back to the sheet, and if you guys want, you guys can pause the video, note down these for yourself, or just take a screenshot and save them somewhere if you guys want to like just understand this and remember this. So guys, these were two examples of color values, which were RGB and hex. Let's move on to the third one, which is HSL. So guys, you must be wondering, what does HSL stand for? Well, HSL stands for hue, saturation, and lightness. So guys, let's actually go back and I'll show you guys the syntax. So format hex instead of this, let's change this to HSL. And let's go, so let's actually put a bracket, and so here we write hue, and then comma, and then we write saturation, and then we write lightness. So this is just like RGB, the format is just like RGB, where you write red, green, blue. So guys, now let me show you guys the values for each. So HSL, so hue ranges from 0 to 360. Saturation ranges from 0% all the way till 100%, and same for lightness. It ranges from 0% all the way to 100%. So guys, hue means the different types of colors. So you guys know, like if you guys choose a color, you guys scroll through the colors where you guys choose the colors, and then so that's what hue is. Saturation is like how much amount of color you guys see. So you guys see full saturation, like 100% means you guys see full color, and 0% means you see less of the color, you guys see less. And lightness, you guys see it's like bright, or if it's not bright, so if it's dark, so that's what lightness is. So guys, red, if you guys want to get the red color, you guys put 0. If you guys want to get green color, you guys put 120. And if you guys want to get a blue color, you guys can put 240. So guys, let me show you guys an example. So for background color, let's put HSL. And so we can put, let's say I want this to be blue. So we can just do, so we write 240 since I want it to be blue. And it can be around 240. It still doesn't matter because it will still be around a bit of blue. And so now we write comma, and then I want the saturation to be full. I don't want like less of the color, so you guys can put 100%. And I want lightness to be also, we put it 50% if you want the color. 100% lightness means white, and 0% lightness means black. So if you guys want the actual color, you guys can put 50% lightness. And there you go. Let's put the closing bracket. Okay guys, so now for the background, for the paragraph, let's do HSL. And so let's put 0 because I want it to be red. And so for the saturation, we're gonna put 50%, and of course for the lightness, I want to see the color, so we put 50% also. So now let's run this. So file save, run. As you guys can see, this is like a really deep blue. It says the background color is blue. And so as you guys can see, here's the red color, the reddish. It kind of looks a little bit different, but that's because we changed the saturation. So it's not a full red, it's like the saturation is way less, like a little bit less, because if we put the saturation to 100% and saved it, it would look way more red. As you guys can see right here, now it looks way more red. So guys, this was a really long video on colors, but hopefully guys, you guys get a really good understanding about how to use colors on your web page, and hopefully you guys can design a pretty good looking web page. And so guys, in today's video, I talked about text color, background color, border color. I talked about different types of color values, for example, RGB, and then hex and HSL. So guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in another awesome video. Bye guys!